The MLS is how real estate listings get buyers. I've had multiple conversations recently about what a listing agent can do to find buyers because their listing isn't getting activity. Now, some brokers might suggest doing mailers or email blasts or broker previews, but that is almost certainly not going to magically bring a buyer. The reason is that there is one place everyone looks for properties, and that one place is the MLS. Consumer apps like Realtor.com, Redfin, and Zillow display the exact same information on the MLS to the public. A buyer's agent that is looking for their buyer will create an auto search and periodically check listings on the MLS, but their attention is divided among other buyers and other tasks. However, buyers have full access to the MLS via those consumer apps. So buyers will constantly look while on break at work, at home when they're on the couch, or even laying in bed. No one has more attention projected on the MLS than a motivated buyer. Now, you might ask, what about off-market sales? And I'd answer, well, they're off-market sales. They're not listings for sale. They're a negligible percentage of total real estate activity. And pocket listings were banned by NAR's Clear Cooperation policy to bolster their stranglehold on the trade of real estate agency. So, the anomaly of an off-market sale is inconsequential because virtually every sale goes through the MLS, and that is why I immediately go back to the MLS when a property is not moving. Nothing gives a property more publicity than the MLS because that's where everyone's looking. So the plain truth is that it really comes down to pricing. Of course, many sellers will do everything in the world rather than accept the fact that they're overpriced. But let's face it, when a property is priced too low, there will be a lot of activity and usually multiple offers. When a property is overpriced, there will be few to no showings and definitely no offers. All of these properties going on the MLS get the same publicity. They're on the same MLS. So how can it not be price when another property on the same platform gets 10 offers the first weekend and your listing gets 0? The problem isn't publicity, it's price. Your listing does not offer enough for a buyer with a budget equal to your asking price. Since sellers look at their own property through rose-colored lenses, part of the listing agent's job is to educate them on the price so they can price strategically. You should be explaining all of this to the seller so that you don't blindside them if you suggest a reduction. So when I'm asked to look up the value of a property, I do an MLS search in the immediate area. My first question is if there are closed sales that support the subject property's list price. Then I look at active listings because they're the subject property's competition. A buyer is going to do the same search and ask, how nice of a home can I get for my budget? So I put myself in the buyer's position. If my budget was the subject property's list price, which home in the area would I buy? Would I buy this subject property, or could I get a nicer property for the same price? Maybe I could get a home similar to the subject property a few streets over for less money. I mean, really think about it, because a buyer does. Evaluate the competition from a buyer's standpoint. I once had a listing where there was a murder-suicide that had taken place. Do you think that listing sold for the same price as a model match? Of course not. My listing had reduced desirability and therefore reduced value. I think one of the reasons why agents don't like to admit the MLS is where buyers find homes is that they think it diminishes their role as an agent. After all, can't a seller just pay a low flat fee to post a listing on the MLS to save money? And I say no. I mean, I know that service exists, but I also know how utterly helpless FSBOs are after watching countless for sale by owner transactions fall apart or turn into a total disaster until I throw them a life preserver. A real estate agent provides a professional service based on experience and knowledge to successfully facilitate the sale of the largest tangible asset in someone's life. A real estate agent is going to spend anywhere from several weeks to months to even years to get a property sold, all on spec. If the home doesn't sell, the agent doesn't get paid. Agents offer expert consulting about the process, the pricing, and the strategy forward. Agents coordinate photography and sales copy to be published on the MLS. And all of that preparation, all that work is done before the real estate agent's job even truly begins. And that is when an offer is submitted, and that offer needs to be screened and explained and countered and accepted, ultimately leading to the actual sale of the property. So there's no shame in admitting that buyers are found through the MLS, because publishing a listing is just one of the small tasks among the countless that will be performed by a real estate agent to successfully broker real property. Thank you for watching.